secured.
Swings and drives this one high and deep. That one's back there sailing.
Oh my goodness, Stevenson and May.
A tale of two halves for the Boston Celtics as they fall to the defensive pressure of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Hello, and welcome into your Celtics source, home of your 26-10 second place Boston Celtics. 27 second half points is all the Celtics could manage to put up in this game. The lowest since 2012. After a fantastic start to the game in the first half, right, the Oklahoma City completely got rid of the Celtics threes. And so, in the first half, right, the Celtics drive to the paint and get buckets at the rim. Jaylen Brown, a huge part of this. First game back after missing the game against the Timberwolves and the Rockets. And he comes out hot to start the... I think he had... How many points did he have in the first half? He had 15 points in the first half. And then things changed in that second half. And, you know, the Thunder are known to be that sort of team that finishes the game strong. But it was something about the way that the defense, the intensity, the physicality just went skyrocketed. And the Celtics went back to their sort of not really complaining ways, but the refs did swallow the whistles, and the Celtics couldn't match their physicality. And it started with Jaylen Brown. Just like the turnovers, one after another. Trying to put the game in his own hands and take over when he's not that kind of guy that can sort of back his way down into the basket. Right? The Thunder are a team that can really hurt Jaylen Brown because they're all about the physicality, all about the steals, all about the deflection and the handsy defense. And Jaylen Brown's while he is physical, he's not a great dribbler and not great with the ball. So this kind of game hurt him. Right? He only had 3 turnovers, but he had a couple ones where they got deflected, and then him trying to go through 4 or 5 guys at the basket and try and score, and with the refs not calling anything, you're not going to get that shot over 4 guys. I think Shea blocked him once. I think Isaiah Hartenstein had a block on him. And that was sort of the first issue. Then you have Peyton Pritchard, the 6th man of the year, with an 0-4 tonight. 0-3 from behind the arc. 0-5 in general. 0 points. 1 assist, 1 rebound. And that's it. Didn't have a turnover, luckily. But he had 1 rebound, 1 assist, and played 11 minutes and did absolutely nothing. You can't have your 6th man of the year in a game where you need his offense. Because, right, while these last 2 games have been good wins for the Celtics, they're on a miserable shooting slump right now that I don't know if they'll get out of, because it's been several weeks now that they haven't been able to get out of it. Right? And I think, Peyton Pritchard was definitely bothered by the way that OKC defends. right? Their physicality, but also their athleticism. And they're not a very big team, but especially with Chet Holmgren out. But the way that they defend, they sort of gang up on you with the double teams and the sort of you think a pass is wide open, and the next thing you know, it's a turnover and a fast break going the other way. I think that was one of the big problems with this game, the number of fast break points that OKC had on deflections. I think it was like something like 15-3 or something like that on fast break points. And so you have Peyton Pritchard struggling, you have Jaylen Brown, and then you sort of put on top of that Joe Mazzulla just not calling timeouts again, right? And we saw it last year in the playoffs. He did start to call more timeouts, but this was a game in that second half, and especially in that fourth quarter when they sort of take the lead, right? It was a 10-point lead for the Celtics at halftime, and it ends up being a 13-point win, so a 23-point swing for OKC. Right, Joe Mazzulla just doesn't change. They go away from what was working in the first half, which was that sort of in the paint scoring, and when OKC locks that up in the second half, they go to their shooting, 3-point shooting, and since they can't make a shot, they just give up the lead, just like that. Right, Joe Mazzulla, he could have put in Keita, he could have put in other guys to try and get a spark. Right, Keita is one of those guys who brings not only the physicality, but also that athleticism that could match what OKC was doing. So I find it odd that Joe Mazzulla is urging them to play on, to figure it out on their own, when sometimes, even if you're not going to change anything up, you need to call a timeout to sort of stop the momentum of the other team. So I mean, this is a game, right? The Celtics have to learn from him, because right, I'm not as upset about them losing. I'm more upset about if they can't take anything out of this game, because the Thunder, they're definitely, I mean, they're the favorites to come out of the West. They might even be the favorites now to win the whole thing. Right, this could definitely be a sort of NBA Finals preview. And it's unfortunate that the Celtics and Thunder don't meet up again until late in March, or maybe if it's even April. And both teams might not be playing or sort of going all out by then. The Thunder definitely. The Celtics might still be playing for something if they still have a seed they can climb. Because right now, they're 26-10. That's only a 59 win pace. It would be nice to see if they can get to 60. But anyway, right, Joe Mazzulla, I mean, I don't even know, every other team, why is Joe Mazzulla the only one that thinks this is the way to go about it, to let them figure it out on their own? No other team does that. And they didn't actually win a championship by doing that. They won a championship by calling timeouts and changing things up mid-game. Right? Joe Mazzulla needs to work on those mid-game adjustments. What else? Shea, right? We know Shea's gonna win MVP this year. Shea gets his 33 points, 6 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. What else did he have? 11 rebounds. So Shea sort of went off in this game. And then on the other end, they just completely took Jason Tatum out of the game, which is unfortunate to see. But right, Jason Tatum has 26 points. He does have a double-double, but in that second half, the way that they were doubling him, and it was really doubling him without the ball, because when he has the ball and they double him, right, he's good enough now that he can find that pass out and hurt the Celtics or hurt other teams. But they were just face guarding him, doubling him, and with the refs swallowing that whistle, right, Jason Tatum doing a little bit of complaining. He actually had a scary fall as well, diving for a loose ball. Where it seemed he sort of rolled over the ball and sort of fell awkwardly. He seemed to be okay, but something to keep in mind, an eye on. Who's really, I say, like KP also had a lot of turnovers in this game, 4, team high. Also a minus 17, team low net rating. Right, 1 for 6 from 3. Derek White with a poor shooting game, 2 for 11 from behind the arc. That's something to keep an eye on, especially because it seems he's been in a slump. He was in a slump all of December, and then the last couple of games, it seemed like he'd broken out of it, but he's back to where he was. And then, of course, it's funny, Horford actually had the best shooting night, 2 for 5, and he's the one that shouldn't ever be taking threes on the Celtics anymore. I mean, he's just been god awful from behind the arc. What is his percentage this season? Okay, his percentage from 3 this season, oh, it's not even that low. It's 35.8% on threes, but it's down from 41 last year. And you'll expect that with his age, but when he's not providing really anything else, you need something like that. So I'll wrap it up here, sort of a game that the Celtics can learn from for sure. A game where they have to learn from it, or they're going to struggle down the stretch. And right, a game coming up against the Nuggets, a team that's also struggling, but they do have Jokic, which always provides a problem for the Celtics. Then we're at home for a couple days, and then we go back out on a West Coast trip against the Warriors, Lakers. Lakers playing well right now. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a video sometime in the next couple days about the Patriots season and them firing Gerard Mayo, Alex Van Pelt. And then before I forget, a brand new series coming out solely about the Boston Red Sox called Extra Innings Idiots, where we sort of make jokes and sort of just a fun podcast about Boston Red Sox and all of the MLB as a whole. So the first episode will be dropping sometime this week with my friend Daniel. And please like and subscribe. Follow the channel on social media. Links are in the bio. And until next time, go Celtics.